All right, but today we are honored to have our fall coaches here, and I don't know who's going in what order, so I'll just let you kind of introduce yourself as you stand up to talk.
We rock, paper, scissors, and I lost, so I will go first.
Perfect.
Mr. Hagan. And you were going to read the...
Yes, I have the golf one here.
Okay, so that'll be third, and then Miss Martell will be fourth, so
Okay.
myself, Mr. Hagan. So I'm talking to you as the cross-country coach. This is, I believe, my 15th or 16th year that since I've been conned into doing that. And starting off doing it as a teacher, moving to counselor is kind of a different role, but what I find for myself, it's a really important thing that I'm able to do because you get to see students in a whole different way too. And it's something I really enjoy. It's probably one of the best parts about working in Prescott is the connection you get to have with students, such as Tristan too. Every year is really different, and as a coach you kind of find that you have to handle things differently. And I'll go back about 4 years ago, our girls team for the first time took second in conference. And at that meet, that was the first time they had beat Osceola. Well, they didn't know until they announced it, and they were so excited. Okay. The next year, we took second. New Richmond had won conference for I think 15 years in a row, 12 years in a row, whatever. The next year we took second, and there was a lot of tears, because we were 9 points behind, but it was very close to being there. So the kind of the same kids, so a little bit different in the makeup of the team, but different expectations that they have too. Fast forward to where we are now. Last year we graduated a lot of kids. We had 12 seniors that left. We have no seniors on our high school team this year. So it's really become a rebuilding year. We also have 42 kids. This is the most that we've ever had. So only 3 grade levels. I think we have, was it 18 or 19 freshmen now? Including, there's about 4 to 5 kids who've never done an organized sport in their life. So we're trying to put all this together. What does it mean to be as a team? We find that we're kind of going back to, let's really focus on the positive and try to build this up too. And this is why it's really important you guys sent Tristan to a leadership camp, because he's one of our main leaders for this team. As a coach, we can tell kids what to do, but yesterday we sent them on an hour run. So Tristan's in charge of the group, Ella Linder's in charge of the group. We really have to rely on these juniors, where usually we'd have seniors be able to do this, to kind of be the face of the team and to make a difference for that too. We have a lot, I think there's we have 2 returning lettermen for the boys team. 3 returning lettermen for the boys team from last year, whatever, 2. And so it has been a challenge. They've been kind of in the middle pack most of the races, 4 out of 8, 5 out of 12. So we've been really excited about the success that they've had. We have some freshmen who are already finding their way into the varsity spot as well. Our girls team is a little bit more experienced. We brought a lot of the juniors back who were on the varsity team last year. They've taken second place at our meet, second place at the Somerset race. They've usually been in the top third of most of the meets there too. We don't necessarily have somebody who's usually been in that top 10. We have a freshman girl, Amanda, who is second overall at Somerset. If you're going to win races, you usually have to have a couple people that are up in that top 10 like that too. So the exciting thing for myself and my co-coach, Coach Lon, she couldn't be here today, is that you see the improvement that these kids are having, how they're connecting to each other, how hard they're working. We did 16 200s on the track the other day, and not a single kid was complaining. They were tired. We're checking their heart rates, and once they were under 150, then they could start going again too. A lot of times you'll have kids like, oh, you get 2 or 3 in and they can't do this, whatever. They all work really hard at it too. So, like I said, it's kind of a building season. A lot of younger kids. We're really relying on the juniors a lot for the leadership, but we're really excited about what we have too. So, any questions? Okay. Let Mr. Hagman talk about football. When he's done, Penny will read about golf, and then we'll follow up with Miss Martell, who's our new volleyball coach.
Thanks, Steve. You're welcome. Thank you guys for having me in for lunch, too. I'm Kevin Hagelin. I am the K-5 school counselor at the intermediate at the elementary school, and then I'm also the head football coach. This is my 2nd year here as head coach now. Last year, when Mr. Smith took over as the athletic director, I stepped into the head football coaching realm as an interim coach. And through the off season, I was now able to put my thumbprint on things as I stepped into a permanent role as the head coach. things that we're excited about, we had 165, I think was the number around there, 165 kids at our youth football camp this year. That's the most that we've ever had. So that was exciting for us, and knowing that we're still creating and generating future football players. This year, also talking about numbers, we have 55 players on our team, 9 through 12. That's not the most ever, but it certainly is our most in a long time. And that's helping us out. 21 of those kids are freshmen, and I think 14 of them are sophomores. So as Steve said, they're a bit young as well. We are too, but we do also have some great leaders. We have 10 seniors right now. Jonah Anderson, Parker Sampson, Matthew Langer, Cam Aslickson, Carson Stenmers, Andrew Shelsted, Joey Severson, Ethan Luxick, Alex Ewing, and Ian Waters. And I wanted to mention those names because this is what it is all about. It's all about the kids. So I wanted to get their names out there. Our captains this year are Jonah Anderson, Carson Stenrus, Ian Waters, and Riley Anthonson. As Steve said too, you need to be able to count on. It's kind of like being a parent. We can say it, and I'm not a parent, but you can say it 100 times, right? But until the kids hear it from maybe a peer or from somebody else, that's when they start to buy into it and start to do it. So they're kind of our voice through the coaches. Quick stats for you guys. Our leading rusher this year is Riley Anthonson. Our leading passer is our quarterback Lane Budworth. And our leading tackler on defense is Carson Stenmers. We play Osceola tomorrow night. That'll be our 6th game already. We had 3 games before school even started. Next week we're at Baldwin, and then homecoming is on the following Friday versus St. Croix Central. It'll be a very tough game for us as they've been to state 2 years in a row now. So looking to take them on for homecoming, and then we'll end the regular season on the road at Ellsworth on the 12th. So, and I wanted to open this up to any questions that you guys might have.
Yeah, Coach, especially being a new coach here and all the fears and anxieties of parents that read everything about concussions and stuff, I thought maybe you'd want to address how you deal with that and trying to change people's perceptions on football.
Absolutely. So, and I know that was a big question coming into the season, and one thing that we highlighted on the end of last year was that we had one head, neck, or back related injury last year throughout 7th through 12th grade in our high school, which was phenomenal. Our athletic trainer said that she saw the football players the least all the sports throughout the school year. And I think, I've played football since I was in 3rd grade, maybe earlier than that. 3rd grade, through high school, through college, and then now coaching. I would say that right now the game is safer than it's ever been, with rules that have changed, with equipment advances, and then with also the doctoral advances as well. Just the heightened awareness has made the game safer. We as coaches, from the youth, so that starts in 4th grade, to our coaches in the high school, every single coach it's called Heads Up Certified, meaning we go through kind of a week-long training on how we should tackle properly and when and how we should do those things. So our tackling was the very first thing that we did day one, and we don't tackle with pads or helmets on, which I know that might be shocking to some people, but we've taken over this rugby style of tackling. Rugby players don't wear equipment, and they have significantly lower concussion rates than a football player does. So we've thought if our kids can tackle without pads and without a helmet, they should be able to do it safely with a helmet on as well. So that's kind of how we've gone about teaching them that, starting with a vertical alignment with the 4th graders all the way up to our high schoolers. We teach tackling exactly the same. That's a good question.
We actually have the same number of concussions in cross country this year as we do in football. One each.
Yeah.
But she was a girl who was hit by a volleyball over the weekend.
So it can happen anywhere, right? Yeah.
Who figures out if you have a concussion?
So as coaches, we talk about just what are signs and symptoms. Immediately right away, the first thing you think of, well, where did the hit happen? Or when did the initial thing happen? A lot of times that might not be the case. Like Steve said, you might get hit by a volleyball and you might not think of it. What we do is we look for the symptoms of maybe they're dizzy, maybe they're kind of out of it, maybe they're groggy. In very severe cases, I've never seen it, maybe there's vomiting. We never see that, but as coaches, we kind of monitor it because we're the first ones there. We teach our kids what the symptoms are because they're on the field, we're 25 yards away. So the kids see it first, and then we have an athletic trainer here that can give them the once over, and then if she needs to, she will refer them to a doctor.
And they're not allowed to participate, though.
Yep.
She's cleared them as well. They're really good about that. So the girl that we have every day, we're getting a check-in with the trainer where she's at or what she's allowed to do even for running, because we want to make sure she's not dehydrated and so forth.
I think one of the things, and this is the first year that I haven't been doing football for a while, is that boys finally making that decision that they're not going to worry about being how tough they are. So there's that little peer pressure, geez, I can't have a concussion, they need me out there. So it's kind of the teaching process that coach has been able to, get that through, that this is a big deal. This is a big deal.
Well, and that's too, and you talk about the toughness of the peer pressure. Whenever it comes to head, neck, or back, I am never going to question their toughness. If he says that his fingernail hurts, well then I might say, okay, let's slap a Band-Aid on that and let's go. If it's anything head, neck, back, spine, I'm not touching that one. If there's anything that goes on, well, Steve mentioned the one head-related injury that we've had this year. Kid actually hit his head on the ground, and it was very minor. The trainers and the doctors have said he could play this week if he absolutely had to. We as coaches made the decision that we're going to sit him out this week just to make sure. That's a kid who's playing significant time for us. So we are definitely taking the safety of the athletes before going out and winning. Okay, so that's our number one concern.
Who's the athletic trainer that the district uses?
Her name is Sherry Dirks through Alina Health. She does a phenomenal job. She's there, and we actually got her an extra day this year. She was typically there Mondays and Thursdays, and now she's there Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then she's at most events as well. Like
She's been there for a while.
yeah, oh yeah,
She knows the kids.
So she comes to the school also?
She
sees some
comes
of
to the
kids?
school, and maybe it's an ankle, maybe it is a head or neck or back, maybe it's a shoulder, in any sport as well. She's our school's affiliated athletic trainer.
How about assistant coaches? How many assistant coaches do you?
Yeah, we have Pat Block, Jay Barch, Scott Hamilton, Jake Block is helping us as well, and then we have a student at UW River Falls. His name is Richard Croce. He's originally from Glenwood City. So that's our high school coaches. At the middle school, we have Mike Tomley and Kurt Radke are the middle school head coaches. And then at the youth is about 25 dads.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anybody else?
How do you attribute the increase in kids coming out? Any?
I think that honestly, I have tried to make myself present in front of those kids as much as possible. If they have a game here, whether it's 4th grade, 3rd grade flag football, or whether it's our C team playing, I'm trying to be there and I'm trying to get our kids there as well. Trying to generate that excitement within the sport. Last year, we all felt, and this wasn't just my speculation, we felt like our numbers were low. So we said, how do we do that? Well, let's get kids excited about it. We've gotten numerous emails of 5th grade boys losing on a Thursday night, but the only thing that they could talk about was how the high school boys were at their game. And we have our boys doing the chains, they do the clock, some of the boys will announce and play music, just generating that excitement for it. And then we do have what's called our pigskin pals. So we have our boys will come out and they'll be a part of our games on a Friday night. They'll run out of the tunnel with our guys. Again, just trying to get kids excited about playing football. And I think it makes the parents excited to know that we're taking the right steps to make the game safer. Any other questions? If not, thank you very much.
Yes. All right, well, Chad, who's much better looking than me, could be here today. And I don't know how many concussions golf has had this year.
Zero.
Okay, so Chad wrote a lengthy note for you, so I'm going to do my best to read it. Dear Kiwanis Club members, thank you for taking time to recognize and support our girls golf program. Every year I write this letter, I am grateful to know that we are supported from so many different community members and organizations here in our town. I know the girls really appreciate it too. I would like to first list the class and names of each player on our team. Seniors, taste, I know Steve might tell me, Gigi Ganji, Laura Pryor, Junior Alexis Fredericks, sophomore Sophia Lavakin, and freshman Jessica Heinch, Lindsay Olson, Liz and Faith Roll, and Andrea Swanson. This season we have seen more growth from our players and program than any other since I took over the girls golf program a few years back. Our number of players doubled with 6 new players coming out for the team, 1 sophomore and 5 freshmen. Our returning players have played at a higher level than they have at any time in their career, shooting personal best scores throughout the season. This growth has not come without challenges. All 6 of our new players were basically new to golf, so the learning curve has been both frustrating at times, but also rewarding as the girls have seen improvement through their hard work. As a coach, I have enjoyed helping the girls and watching them literally improve daily. All caps, exclamation. I believe most of them have caught the golf bug and are motivated internally to get better each day. This season we have celebrated some notable accomplishments. Every, all caps underlined, girl on our team has had a career best score throughout the season. This is a satisfying accomplishment for us as coaches because it validates to us that the girls are improving and having personal success. As a team, yesterday in the conference championship, we shot our lowest team score for both 9 and 18 holes. A Prescott team has had in the past 4 seasons, breaking our low from last year by several strokes. A very solid accomplishment with 2 rookie freshmen starting on varsity. Golf is an individual sport by nature, but we always focus on team and celebrate team accomplishments, especially sometimes by stopping at Dairy Queen after a great performance. We are very excited that our junior Alexis Frederick sealed up a first team all-conference position at the conference championship in Hammond yesterday. She has played incredibly consistent all season as our #1 player. All conference is given to the top 10 players in the Middle Border Conference from points they accumulate throughout the season based on individual finishes. The top 5 are first team, the second 5 are second team, and 5 more players receive honorable mention status. Alexa is the first player since Megan Westerberg, a state qualifier in 2014, to receive first team honors, a truly incredible accomplishment for her and our program. As we move into regional play this week, we are excited that all of our golfers are playing at a high level and have hopes of moving on to sectionals as a team for the first time in quite a few years. This year we were moved to a new regional, Arcadia, Holman, Wisconsin, that is slightly further away from us. We will see many new teams that we have not played throughout the year, but we are ready for the challenge. If our team or individuals move on to sectionals, we will take on Yahara Hills Golf Club in Madison. Once again, I feel fortunate this year to coach this great group of young ladies. Their dedication to our program is invaluable. Thanks again for your interest in our program and cheering us on at the course and from afar. We truly appreciate it. Chad Saleh, head girls golf coach. And Sean could probably answer any questions.
I don't want to put any extra pressure on Alexis, but she had a heck of a meet yesterday. It was great. I was up there for a little bit of it, and they had kind of mixed everything up, so I only got one girl that really started to bring. But she had a heck of a meet. She was going to be all conference anyway. She got herself up into the 5th position, which was first team, and she did that through the rain yesterday. The golfing, they weren't even sure they were going to golf at 18 holes, and they did. And she got through that. They're all carrying umbrellas, trying to drink a golfer. So it was a difficult day to play golf, but they did it, and she made it. If she finishes in the top 4 as a non-qualifying team next week, and the meet is at Trimble Mountain Golf Course, somewhere near Arcadia, she will qualify for the sectional meet, which is being held in Madison. I mean, that's how goofy this is that they're holding it at Yahara Hills, but Edgewood is the host. And if she finishes in the top 2, even as a non-qualifying team, she will go to state. I think she has an excellent chance of making it. She's improved throughout the year. And the team really did well too. They finished last year in the conference. They will finish 6th overall. They finished 5th last year to me. So this team had the 2 seniors, Gigi Gaji and Laura Pryor, had really good days yesterday, and that helped them push them up. So they improved their finish. I think they have a shot at finishing in the top 4, which would also qualify the whole team, and they haven't done that, I think, in like 4 years, to take the team to sectionals too, which, you know, they may not go to state, but they still go to Madison anyway, going down all the way to sectionals. So they're having a very good year this year.
Good job, Penny.
Okay, so I was here for the new teacher training service, so a lot of you heard my introduction, but for those of you who haven't, my name is Sammy Martell. I'm actually from Somerset, so in the same Middle Border Conference. I started here in Prescott in the spring semester of last year teaching business and marketing. started there and then jumped right into the head volleyball position. They needed an opening, so I thought might as well go for it. So I started that. Coming in, I barely knew any of the girls. I only know 2 of the girls from classes that I had, so it was a huge learning curve going into camp that we had at the end of July, because it was my time to learn 55 girls' names, because we have, I think we're actually at 52 girls right now, so we have a lot of girls in volleyball, which is really good. It shows good for our program. Because of the numbers, we decided to have 4 teams, and with the help of Mr. Smith, we were able to get a 4th coach, and then we also were able to increase a lot of the number of games. So actually a lot of the other teams in the conference have 4 teams as well. Somerset, Baldwin, not Sinker Central, but a few other teams do. So with that, we were able to make sure that all of our teams got the extra playing time. So that's been one thing that we're really happy about this year. I know some of the games, there's only 3, or some of the games that we have coming up, there will only be 3 teams. So there's only twice that one team will have to sit out. So we're trying to increase playing time by adding that 4th team and more games to our schedule, which has been really good. Like I said, we have 4 teams. Libby Severson is a JV1. Abby Moore, she's the gym teacher at the high school. She is JV2. And then Joan Corfidge is our C team coach. Lots of numbers, lots of girls, but we coming in, learning the girls' names, doing the best, and now we're in full swing and it's not slowing down from here because we have tournaments. It's a short season, but a lot happens within our season. We have 2 tournaments coming up in the next 2 weekends for varsity, C team tournaments, JV tournaments. Every single weekend there's a tournament, so it's very busy. Starting next week, we're going to be playing 2 games every Tuesday, Thursday. So again, it's not slowing down. We have 6 seniors, which is quite a few seniors. They are Avery Garion, Allie Murphy, Kiki Carey, Kaylin Lewis, Sydney Bank, and Morgan Severson. One of the things we're really focusing on this year is that teamwork. We have a lot of seniors, we have a lot of girls, so we're trying to, myself and my coaching staff in general, trying to find the strengths of every girl and put them where they fit best. And that's something we're working with the girls every day with, and we're kind of moving forward on. So right now we are 7-9 overall. Sometimes I don't feel like our record shows our improvements and our strides that we have had through the season. I think we've increased and improved a lot. We have a lot of smart and experienced players, especially our seniors, so we're trying to work with them on making sure that they're being as smart as they can when they're on that court because they have that experience time. We have some strong hitters in our front line, Kiki Carey, the Bank sisters, McKenna, and then Ashley Regan is our really strong libero in the back row. So Amory tonight at conference, another conference game, so we're going in hoping to get a win tonight, and then next week we actually play Somerset, my hometown rival now, I suppose, and then Richmond. So, any questions?
Do you know who you're going to be playing on Saturday? You're going to be at Hastings.
Hastings. It's all Minnesota teams, and I have the list. I don't know them off the top of my head, but it's all Minnesota teams that we're going to be playing. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Were you a volleyball player like in high school or college or both places? Or?
Yep, I played at Somerset, and then I played on the winter, in the winter seasons I played JO through St. Corey Tack and Hudson, and then I played my freshman year club volleyball at Eau Claire.
She's a very good one too.
So it helps to have a lot of experience.
Yes, yeah, and it's my first year coaching, so I'm going off my experience and I'm new to it, so I'm trying the best I can. Any other questions?
As long as you're here and as the business teacher,
Yes,
could you just talk a little bit about, because there's some really cool new classes and stuff that you're doing in the business program too.
Yes.
That's something we want to do some outreach later on with Kiwanis as well about.
I had meant to mention that at the beginning too. So I have a lot of different classes in the business and marketing realm and at the high school, and one of my new classes this year is the school store called Entrepreneurship, and we're integrating the school store within it. I have a small number of kids in that class, but I think it's really good because I'm able to get them the hands-on experience with actually starting the school store and getting merchandise into where we're going to have our location, getting things ordered and everything of that sort. So that's our hope and goal, is to get that up and running by December time. We'd probably be looking for sponsors, stuff of that sort. So if you're ever interested, anything related to the school store, please reach out. Not just the school store, but I also teach accounting and marketing, some CBTC classes and stuff. I know personal finance last year. I teach that in the spring, and I had Jeremy come in and even talk on that. So anything that you ever have real world experience, I'd love to bring you in the classroom, or if you ever want to reach out and help me with some of the classes related to curriculum, and I would appreciate that as well. So,
Cool.
anything else? Thank you.